lost your tongue somewhere, don't know what to say. Stop and run around, oh you act like a kid.
Have you ever seen a really beautiful photograph that's well composed and well framed, but part of that photograph is actually moving? Well, this is called a cinemagraph, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make your own cinemagraph. All you need is some editing software. First of all, bring your footage into an editing program. Today I'm going to be using Final Cut Pro. Drag my footage down onto the timeline like so. Okay, I'm just going to pull the sound out of it, and it's looking a little dark, so I'm just going to enhance the colors before we do anything to it. So I'm just going to go into the color board here, and I'm just going to go up to exposure, and I'm going to increase the mids a little bit and the highlights just a little bit as well, so it's a little bit brighter and we can just see that a little bit better. So I'm just going to drag that out a bit because there's a bit more here. Now the trick with cinemagraphs is to use a moment where whatever's moving isn't going to be interfered with by something in the background. For example, here you see, like, we want to keep the water running, but the cat moves around and that creates a shadow. You see it just here, and that'll create a bit of a problem. So what we need to do is find an area that we want to freeze frame this video and allow the water to keep running. I kind of like it when she sort of sniffs the tap just before the shadow moves in. I'm going to grab that. I'm just going to make a little cut there, and we're just going to skim along a little bit and make another cut before that shadow becomes a problem. Now what we need to do is make sure that the image is basically completely still, so it looks like a photograph except for the section that's moving. And how I like to do that is take a screenshot. I mean, you can just go in to here and go hold, or if you don't want to do that, what I like to do is just find a moment that looks good. Like, for example, I like that moment right there, and we're just going to go full screen, pause it for a sec, and arrow right back to the moment that I like. Right there is good. Okay, and I'm going to Command Shift 3 for a screenshot of that one. Okay, so my screenshot will just be here. I'm just going to drag the screenshot onto my timeline. Okay, I can probably delete this other stuff here. And so I just want to put the still screenshot just underneath. So we've got just under 2 seconds of footage here. That should be enough. Okay, so what we're seeing here is movement. If we just hide that top layer there, then you'll see that's the freeze frame underneath. Okay, so what we want to do is keep that water running, but keep the cat kind of frozen. So how we're going to do that is go into your effects, go down to masks and look for a draw mask. Okay, pop that on your video layer, not on your photo layer. Okay, and what we're going to do is just draw a basic, use the sort of pen tool here just to create a basic mask. Okay, what that's done essentially is isolated just that section there. And I might even just go into your mask settings, and one thing that's good, just sometimes just feather it a bit, soften those edges so they don't look too hard. Okay, now we unhide the photo layer, and what you've got there is a still image with some movement, and it looks really cool. That's basically one way of doing cinemagraphs. There are other techniques and other ways of doing this, but this is sort of my favorite and quickest way of doing it. So what we need to do now is, if you're happy with it and there's no variances, look very carefully as you scrub through, just that there's no real sort of variances there. I'm just going to copy and paste both of those layers, and we're going to see if it flows seamlessly. So play it through, and yep, looks good. So again, we might just copy and paste those layers a few times I think a cinemagraph should be something like 10 to 30 seconds or something like that. And what it will look like is a still photograph, but with part of the photo will look like it's moving and the rest is completely still. So that looks pretty cool. Right now I've got about just under 10 seconds worth, and as we let it play we see it's pretty much seamless. It doesn't need any further blending or anything like that because it's pretty much just that water's running and it looks continuous and the cat is totally still. Okay, and that's basically how you do it. Might even just add another couple there. So it goes for, you know, we've got a good 15 seconds or so now. And yeah, again, you just play through it. It's working. There's nothing behind that stream of water there, no shadows or anything moving that would interfere with the mask. When you're finally ready to turn this into one video, I'm just going to go to File, Share, Master File. So as you can see there, we've got a nice 15-second movie. Just go Next. I'm just going to save it as a basic H.264 format, so it's not too large. Let it render out, and boom, it's done. We successfully made a cinemagraph in just a few minutes. It's not hard, it doesn't take too long. You've got to consider that multiple aspects of your image need to be moving so that you can isolate one thing that's moving, keep it moving, and freeze the rest. And always remember to keep that footage stable. It will only work if you have the camera on a tripod or somewhere where it's dead still and it's not going to move around. Thanks very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.